So basically I thought I'd do a quick video on the bow hunting. It's all new to me and I've learnt a lot of stuff in the past, I suppose, 6 months. I've been shooting the bow for about 12 months now, but I've learnt a few things in probably, well, especially the last month anyway. So just doing this is just a standard bow, $1,000 I think, from Hunting and Fishing. It's a Mission Matthews 70, well, they're actually 65 pound, so, and I think it does from, let me guess, 19 to 30 inch draw. So I've just been shooting the standard pin sight that came with it. That was a Copper John 3-pin sight, and sighted it in at 20, 30, 40 yards. Great for hunting. I wanted to basically be able to practice a bit further out, and went and purchased a HHA Optimizer Light Kingpin sight. Does 0 to 100 yards, and it's all dial. So if you have a look here, see if I can get it to find it. Nah, that's the dial, and you just turn that. It's a bit hard to see. Hang on, I'll just take off this quiver. So you just turn the dial up and down on this to give you your yardage, and basically you should be able to get 0 to 100 yards with it. But I've learned, since I'm a short ass and I've only got a short inch draw, 25 inches my draw, this bow, I worked out the other day firing it through my chronograph with these arrows. 125 grain tip, 29 inch arrow, and it's a 340 power flight. So basically I never knew what the 340 meant, and I'm pretty sure now it's the thickness of the arrow. So you get 310s, which are basically a little smaller shaft. So anyway, this bow's only doing, with my 25 inch draw, 205 feet per second. So it's very, very slow. That's at 65 pounds, which is the maximum on these bows. I think you can get a bit more, but I'm not too sure how you can do that. Anyway, with this HHA Kingpin sight, it's just a single pin sight, as you can see there. It hasn't got the 3 pins or 5 pin. You basically stick this instrument here, which it comes with, on the side of your bow, and it's got just numbers. They mean basically nothing, but they set your bow up. You can set your bow up with this. So what you do is you sight it in at, say, 20 yards. Well, it is 20 yards, you've got to sight it in at, and you might get your number on here being 30. Then you go back to 60 yards and you shoot it again, and you sight it, you get that zeroed, and that might be say 90. Then you subtract 30 from your 90, and you get these here, which are numbered. They basically go on another blank spool of this, goes on to these numbers. So 90 minus 30 is your 60, so you'd get your 60 number off here. You would strap it onto your blank one of these, which is basically now got this on the side of it. This is my one. Mine's actually 77, which is the biggest number you can get because the bow's going so slow. Stick it on and that gives you your 20 to 100 yard zero, and it basically it just works out the curve of your bow, curve of your arrow, I suppose is what it would be called. But I live and learn. With that I can't actually shoot. I'm basically only 0 to 60 because my bow's going so slow, and that's just to do with my draw length. So I can't shoot any further than that, because if you watch this, as I turn, that drops. As you can see it dropping, and then if you're not careful, when you knock your arrow and you fire it, as you can see, it'll come down and touch and it's hitting, then your arrow releases and you will tear all of these off. Probably maybe smash the front sight, yeah, do a whole lot of damage. So you got to make sure that you can clear that. I had to adjust these two pins at the front here, adjust them down one notch to even get my one to sight in. So I think it's going to be time for a new bow shortly. This is something I've learned from where you hold it to your string. It's called your brace height. This one's 7.5 inches. You can get now new ones that are 6 and 5 inch brace heights, and as you bring your brace height back, your bow extends in length, but you can gain speed. They become a little bit more unstable, I've been told, but that's one way of gaining speed back. Also, gaining speed back is another thing I was thinking of doing, is going to a 100 grain tip and cutting my arrows down. I don't know, probably could knock 4 inches off because my draw's so short. So this is a 29 inch arrow, and I think basically they say when you're setting up to have your arrow about an inch, you can see an inch forward when it's drawn back. At the moment my one is miles past. There's my draw. So yeah, stick some arrows down range and see how I go. So this group's going to be at 40 yards. Let's go back there now. Well, it groups looks like 5 dead deer at 40 yards. So I find that last one was a bit of an average one. I suppose a bit of fatigue after stringing 5 arrows. I find just a tip, practicing, string 3 arrows, maybe have a rest, and then I find too, as I start further back, because as I get tired I come closer, you do fatigue. You probably don't really notice it, but you do. You just, I don't know, always find, you know, when I first started I could only do sort of 10-15 arrows. These days I can do 50 to 100, but when I start getting over 50 my accuracy starts disappearing. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So I also just strung a 60 yard group, and I'll go down and check and see what it looks like. Well, I can't complain with that. I'd never try to shoot a deer at 60 yards, but it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 arrows, all within the kill shot. What I do find is when I am shooting way more relaxed and feel confident, I always have good groups. If I get frustrated and uptight, it just doesn't work. You're better to walk away and start again another day.